Okay, picking up where we left off, it's been 2 minutes. The green auto maintain light is on. The charger is basically happy because the voltage here, if we were to measure it, would be about 14.5 volts. Now we're going to plug in our resistor and start loading the charger down. You'll notice you're getting about 11 volts on that resistor. So that's the charger voltage sagging down to that point. We can measure the current across that, and this current meter has a tendency to average the voltage. So if you notice here on the voltmeter, it's pulsing up and down. That's because this is a pulsed output charger. About 10% of the time the output's actually off. You can look at the average potentially and get an idea of the current. So that's a half ohm resistor. You're reading about 11 volts, so about 20 amps. This agrees, about 19-20 amps. So at this point, the charger would sit here. You want to turn the charger up on its edge. Do note that you need to take down the serial number, the date code, and the model number. That's the model number right there, the 43208 for each unit. We stand them up like this because they cool a little better, which means they put out a little more power, work a little harder. So we want to stand them up like this. You don't necessarily need the voltmeter. It's just if you don't have the current probe. So then at the end of your test, after your 8 hours, you would come along and either measure your voltage to check output current, or more realistically, bring your current probe in, clip on, and you're looking for something probably above 16 or 17 amps. A little bit of it depends on how hot the unit gets. If the unit gets really hot, either because it's in a high temperature environment or something like that, then you might be a little bit less. You might be in the 15 amp range, but you should figure out pretty quickly who the statistical outliers are. Things that are down in the 6-7 amp range, those are probably an issue and most likely would fail. So at this point, just let it run. You can periodically check the current, but really we're just after, is it still running after 8 hours? If there is a problem, generally speaking, the lights are going to go out. It's going to blow the internal fuse. It may even pop the fuse in here, but most of the time it takes out the internal fuse, and then that unit would then be considered a failure. It should be put aside. Thanks.